Why hello there, nice tail. I hope this video finds you well. Today I'm bringing you an unboxing of this, an SRM knife. I've never had an SRM knife. This is my first one, not just on my channel, but in general. Never had one. So hopefully it's good. This is the 125 LGR. No, yeah, I do know it has a name. It's the Swift. So let's pop this thing open and get right in here. I'm going to try and make this a quick one because this is a pretty straightforward, simple knife, but it is doing some interesting stuff, and it is an ultra budget knife. And when I say ultra budget knife, I'm talking gas station price, like budget knife. I got this because I've had some recent successes with very sort of ultra budget style knives that have been vastly better than I expected them to be. And I'm hoping this is going to follow suit. First outing for SRM, so let's hope they can manage the same. Very minimal, sleek, small. Like it is a very compact knife. This is a very small knife, though. The blade. Let's just get it out. Okay, the blade is just real quick, 3 1/8. So, I mean, it's not the smallest blade ever, but very compact, very minimal. The flipper tab up here is super low profile and super high to the pivot, which allows you to get, yeah, it's a very, very easy, very good flip. That feels like, if I'm not mistaken, yes, Teflon washers. Interesting. I wasn't knowing it was going to be Teflon, but washers are very interesting. Not what I was expecting, honestly, but yeah, despite that, it's a very satisfying, very easy flip. Layered G10, this is the red one. There is a black one if you want something a little more subdued. Interesting. Also, a folded over steel, like integral style frame. I didn't know it had that, actually. Pocket clip is not reversible. It is deep carry. Good looking pocket clip, actually. There's no flat down here. Good retention. G10, I mean, this part of the G10 is rough, but this part, yeah, I think that'll go in and out of the pocket pretty well. Whole thing's sort of a Quaken-y style, kind of. I'm not usually too fond of that with the, when you get a Quaken style knife, you kind of get like this arch going where the handle goes up in the back and the blade goes up in the front. I don't like that look. This is not too bad. Yeah, all right, adequate thinness, honestly, for reasonable blade stock. Not a lot of room to drop, so you're going to get thick fast. And the blade steel, but also they put the model code and not the name Swift there. SRM, SRM, a little bit more branding, but again, I'm not really going to complain about any of that on an $18 and some change gas station price kind of knife, because that's what this is, so no big deal. It's in 12C27, which I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, I did a little bit looking into it, is in the same family as AEBL. I will look into that and get a little bit more information for the full review that comes. But I think AEBL is 13C26, so like very close. Not very good edge retention, but an easy steel. I believe it became popular for its ease of making blanks of it. But it is very tough and it is corrosion resistant. So there are some benefits and drawbacks. Don't know if I'm a fan of it. I think what I've heard of the level of edge retention that you can expect out of it is pretty kind of low. So I'm not sure if I like it. And I'm not sure if this particular geometry is suitable for it with this not very tall blade. I think something a little bit taller that you can lay back the edge a little bit more on. Because it does better when it's thin. It might be more optimal, but we'll see. Sharpening Tool Plunge Grind is actually quite good, just right out of the bat. I mean, they give you a little bit of life, not a ton, but it's better than the nothing that some companies give. And the stop pin is up there underneath the flipper tab, so no issues. All in all, it's a pretty sort of compact, sleek, and just simple knife, but it's doing everything pretty well, honestly. The lock bar access is, I mean, a little bit diagonal, but not bad for not really even giving you much there. Yeah, this is solid. This is a solid little guy for the ultra budget territory that it's in. I'm reasonably impressed. This is good. This is good. Yeah, this is definitely falling in line with the recent successes at this price point. How about play? No play. Centering. Is that the light? Let's see. Hold on, let me look over here. Gotta put it in the light so I can tell. I think it is almost centered. I think this light over here is a little bit brighter and it's causing it to look a little bit off, but I think that's almost perfectly centered, which is pretty solid at this price point for no play. Out of the box, that's pretty good. Yeah, this is nice. This is surprisingly solid. A little bit of grittiness in there. I can definitely feel like not the greatest washers ever, but it could just need to be cleaned out and put in a little oil. I have noticed recently that some of these ultra budget knives on like Teflon washers tend to come a little dry. That could be a part of it. Though I'm not exactly in love with the idea of taking this knife completely apart, considering the integral nature of the frame is going to maybe make that a little bit tricky, but if it has to be done, it has to be done. Otherwise, yeah, this is good. I'm reasonably happy with this, especially for the price point. And I don't know if it's come across on camera, but look at the edge. That is like, there is a tiny bit of like early stage polish going on there on that edge. Feels slick. It feels like a polished edge. But I think this could actually be a pretty solid edge. I think this is going to cut better than like, when it's slick like this, it always doesn't feel like it's going to cut as well. But I think this is actually going to bite better than I expect. Yeah. Okay. Good job, SRM. Hopefully we'll see more from you guys. So far, it's so good. I'm going to end things here. Say thank you very much for watching. And the review will come in a week or two down the road once I've had a chance to play around with it a bit more. Learn a few things, carry it, and use it, and such. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Hopefully you'll come back for the review. Hopefully you're having a good day. See you later. That's it for me.